হ্যালো, হ্যাঁ মর্নিং। হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ, হ্যাঁ। ওটার নাইলনটা
So we are going to start soon. I think all the judges are present or not. Yeah, I can see you. Orpon is there. Who else are who is the other judge? Sayan, Subramshu, Sayan, Orpon. Okay, let me check. So I'm going to start the session. I hope everybody is joining. Please, those who are co-hosts, please admit the person who is trying to enter. Hello. Hello. Subramshuda. Yeah. So I am going to start right now without delay, because now it is 11:03, right? So good morning all in the present here. So I am Saurabh, co-founder and president of both Science Dialectic and Sincere Research Foundation. I welcome you all in the second international conference on convergence of interdisciplinary science, IC Square 23. So today is the second session, as you know. So and this is the last day of the conference, and I will chair of this session. And this session starts with a poster presentation competition. And I am actually on behalf of Dr. Arunima Bandyopadhyay, who is the convener of this conference. So on behalf of her, I welcome you all. As she is in the US, so because of the time lag and she is unable to join, so she will join afternoon session. I hope all poster participants before lunch break are present here, and also our judges are also. I see that all the 5-6 judges are here. So let me share the posters one by one. So it is a compiled posters. So I am sharing my slide. So my screen is visible, right, Sayan?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So I am going to start right now. Okay. So I hope all the presents are ready. So the session will start right now, and it will go up to 12:30 and so on. And then there will be a lunch break, more or less 1 hour. And then after the lunch break, we will start again according as per schedule. It will start 1:30 p.m. So I hope all the rules and regulations of the poster presentation are known to all participants. So I am right away. I am reading one by one. So maximum time 6 minutes are allotted for you. 6 minutes means 5 minutes your presentations and 1 minute discussions. Okay, and if you increase your time slot, so there will be no chance. So it will be stopped right now. So one may. Please check of course I will do that one. The timer I will set, and then maximum 1 to 2 questions for question answer session with the queries and clarifications, and maximum 5 judges will judge every poster based on their marks, and poster grading will be finalized. Rules are same for all. We will maintain strictly. Organizer will not accept any objection from presenter slide. And poster evaluation will not be shared with the participants. Only poster winner name will be announced. camera has to be turned on the during presentations. Camera means that those who are presenting only they turn on their camera only. Okay, I hope it is clear to all of you.
One more thing from my side.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah, is that only the answers will be accepted from the presenter side. Can we...
Of course. I told everybody. So only that those who are presenting, only we will accept his or her conversation only.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I hope it is clear to all of you. So I am going to right away. So I hope the first presenter he or she will be aware of that. So this is one presentation from Ankita Bhatia. She is from Smita LP Patel Institute Medical Laboratory Technology, and I think she is present here. Okay.
Yes, sir, I am present.
Yeah. Start.
Okay. Good morning, all of you. Am I audible?
Yeah.
Okay. Good morning.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Okay. Good morning, all of you. Myself, Ankita Bhatia. I am Assistant Professor from LP Patel Institute Medical Laboratory Technology, Bhaikaka University, Karan, sir. So for today's poster competition or the presentation, my topic is correlation of prenatal biochemical marker with the neutral translucency and nasal ball in the first trimester. So I'm starting with the introduction. Chromosomal abnormality in a newborn poses a significant psychological, social, and financial burden for a family as well as society as well. So the vital part of prenatal care is now the early identification and treatment of the fetal chromosomal abnormality. Therefore, the screening techniques are for the early detection or diagnosis of chromosomal abnormality are made available to pregnant women of all ages. Means in a last few years or the about the decade, the couples and the family are not aware about this or they are not ready for doing this screening test. But after that, they are saying for the chromosomal abnormality in their baby and what are the future problems are they dealing with that. So nowadays many of the families and couples are ready for the prenatal screening for the chromosomal abnormality. Majority of the Down syndromes, Pertus syndromes, Turner syndromes, adverse syndromes and other frequent chromosomal abnormality has found, and the ultrasonography and the biochemical markers two are the main modality for detect this. So in the initial first trimester, along with ultrasonography in which the nasal bone, mutual translucency, CRL, and the biochemical marker like free beta STG and plasma associated proteins are detect, and around 95% of the chromosomal abnormality if present, so it's detect in an initial stage. So couple decide whether they want to terminate or terminate the pregnancy, or he want to continue with the pregnancy. So the goal of the current study is that the efficiency of the prenatal screening test serves as a dual marker test which measure free beta STG and plasma associated protein, which assess the neutral translucency, presence or absence of the nasal bond, and the CRL. The size of the CRLs also decide the chromosomal abnormality. So the objective of the study is to determine correlation between these biochemical parameters and ultrasound parameters in the first trimester of the prenatal screening. Material method. So for after the approval from the ethical committee, prospective clinical based studies was conducted in a USA Nursing Home and Satkaival Hospital, Anand, in the duration of the June 2021 to December 2022. The study comprised total 729 pregnant women all over the age of the 18 years and who were present in the antenatal OPD and who meet the inclusion criteria. In inclusion criteria, we have to take the woman over the age of the 80 and who visit the antenatal care department, then all women who have a single viable pregnancy, all the women who have registered for that pregnancy in the hospitals, and all the primigravia and multigravia women are included. In the exclusion criteria, the woman who refuse or the couple who refuse for the testing, we do not have a include in that. So every woman who register for the antenatal care treatment, first the ultrasound sonography has been occur, in which the value of the CRL in mm, neutral translucency, and the nasal bone visible or not we have to detect. And for the biochemical marker free beta STG and PAPA plasma associated protein, we have to take the blood sample of the woman in a plain bulb. So after that, the serum is separated and the serum sample is run on the instrument which name is Immulite 1000 analyzer, which work on the principle of the chemiluminescence immunometric assay in a first trimester or around the 11 to 13 weeks of the pregnancy. So from that parameters result, I am presenting the results. So total 729 pregnant women underwent the double matter screening test. Out of that, the 50 women were categorized in a high risk, and the 714 women were in a low risk. High risk means they have a 95% to 100% chances their fetus have a chromosomal abnormality, and low risk have they were negative. There is a no chances of a pregnant, no chances of the chromosomal abnormality. Also, we have take the mean value of the all parameters like free beta SCG, MOM, multiple of medium, plasma associated protein, MOM, multiple of medium, CRL, neutral translucency, etc. Or in the next diagram of the figure in a pie chart, we have seen that we have to categorize this 15 high risk women into the two category. The around 27% have a below the age of 30 because for the chromosomal abnormality, the mother age is a very important factor. We can say that around the age of the 35, if the woman conceive the pregnancy, there is a higher chances the baby have a chromosomal abnormality. So in our 15 high risk women, 27% are women below the 30 years of age, and 73% of women is above the
right now. Okay. Yeah.
Above
Yeah.
Above the age of the 31 or between the 40. In the second table, I have put all the value of the importance parameters: free beta SCG, PAPA, neutral translucency, gestational age, woman.
I'm sorry, you have to means your time is over actually. Okay. I'm sorry, your time is over. It is strictly I have to maintain this thing. Okay.
Okay, so just I give you a conclusion and finish it.
Yeah.
Okay, so in my presence, in my study, there is a significant correlation between the free beta SCG value and plasma associated protein, and also the CRL and the gestational age of the women become important parameters, and they show a significant correlation. And in my present study, majority of the fetus have a Down syndrome chromosomal abnormality, and the prenatal screening test is an important testing for detection of the chromosomal abnormality. Thank you.
Any questions from the judges? Clarifications?
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
So this prenatal abnormality detection is already there in the market, right?
Yes, sir.
So your process, what is its market perspective? So in terms of cost or availability, or if you want to commercialize this process in future, so how will it be with respect to the current available process in the market?
Sir, actually the main disadvantage is that this is a very cost effective. So in future we can minimize the cost, because the majority are the family of the middle class, and the lower middle class are not afford this test. So in future we have to plan something that so we can minimize the cost, and every couple have get the opportunity for doing this testing.
Minimizing cost means how much? It is 50% or 10%, or any estimate? You can have any estimate, or
yeah, sir, around 50, around the 50 or 60% cost we have to reduce it.
Okay, that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I have a question. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So, how are you planning to minimize the cost? Actually, I don't understand. These are steps. Like you have,
I understand, ma'am. Actually, I am also doing a study on that. Actually, the proper guidance I have collect from all others, all the authorities, and for the seniors members. Right now we have a working on that, not a proper plan, but we have working on that, and then final conclusion we have to make in which area we can reduce the cost.
Okay, thank you.
Good
Okay,
morning.
thank you.
Am I audible?
Yes, audible.
Hello, carry on.
I do have a question. Can I ask?
Yes.
Who is the? No. You are not judge. I am sorry. I am
This was a clinical trial, right?
Hello, Mehul. I am sorry. You are not part of this. You are not judge. I am sorry.
Okay, I'm sorry. I thought the questionnaire was open for all. I'm sorry.
No, this is not the open forum. Okay, this is a competition. Okay. Okay. I think any questions from judge sides? I think no, right? Shall I move to the next one? Judges?
Yes. Please proceed to the next candidate.
Yeah, thanks. Okay. So next one is Dr. Ashok Kumar, Future of AI Development Robot. So your Ashok Kumar is there?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Is there?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So your time starts now. Yeah, you start. Hello. You are not audible to us. I don't know. I cannot hear you.
He is not audible.
Yeah. Dr. Ashok Kumar, your network is very poor. We cannot hear you anything. Just like a mute.
Sir, after some time I will because I am in the auto.
Okay. You can't mute your mic, please. Okay, we'll come back to you next if time permits.
Traffic jam. Okay, sir. Thank you.
So next participant is available, Lakshmikant Bharadwaj. Lakshmikant Bharadwaj. No, he message.
She is also facing some network issues.
Okay.
So we need to go to the next one.
Next one. Okay. So that's why I told everybody to present during the poster session. Okay. The next session is Meghna Diasara. Darsa. Okay. Diarsa. Meghna. Meghna, I can see her. She joined. Meghna.
I can see her too, but not audible.
Can you unmute yourself?
She is unmute, I think. Meghna, is your mic working properly?
Who? Yes. This is not the right time. I told you not to call. You have to call before 10:30. Yeah, tell me. Yeah, okay. Okay, you will get your. What is your name? We are in a process. Okay, so you will get the before lunch. You will get. Okay, we'll get a link. Okay, the same link. Did you register? Meghna. Okay. You will get definitely. Okay. So Meghna, are you ready? We cannot wait.
She is not audible.
Meghna, you are not audible. Say something. Hello. Are you audible? No, I think we need to move because time is going. So next participant is Dr. Mehul Esa. Mehul, are you ready?
Sir, hello,
yeah.
sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So are you ready? So shall we proceed?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Am I
So
audible, sir?
yes, yes, very much. Yeah. Start your time starts now.
Okay. Good morning to one and all present here. Today, I'm here to present my research entitled Relationship Between Oral Health Status and Body Mass Index Among the State Government Public Transport Employees, a cross-sectional study. Introduction. Blue-collar workers such as bus, truck, and lorry drivers have a very hectic and incompatible schedule, and because of which they are under constant stress, and they are unable to pay much attention to their oral health. In addition to higher BMI, health detrimental behaviors tend to occur in these individuals due to lack of physical activity, sedentary and stressful lifestyle, poor dietary behaviors, which are also associated with overweight and obesity. A little is known about the relationship of body weight and oral health status of these transport workers, and the present study emphasizes the same. So the aim and objective of my study was to assess the association between body mass index and decayed missing filled teeth, that is DMFT, periodical status, and oral mucosal lesions among employees of Northwest Karnataka Road Transport Corporation, that is NWKRTC, Belgavi City, Karnataka. Coming to methodology, a self-designed validated study pro forma included socio-demographic details and systemic diseases. Clinical examination was carried out, which included the recording of DMFT, that is decayed, missing, and filled teeth, periodontal status, and oral soft tissue lesions, which was done by trained and calibrated dentists. Inter-examiner reliability was calculated by using Kappa statistics, as we can see in the Kappa statistics table, which was found to be 0.94 for DMFT, 0.88 for periodontal pockets, and 0.97 for oral soft tissue lesions. Height in meters was calculated by using stadiometer, and weight in kgs was measured using the weighing machine to calculate the BMI. Calibration of the instruments was done periodically, and statistical analysis included the descriptive statistics and chi-square test. So the study was a cross-sectional study which was conducted at Belgavi Central Bus Depot with the estimated sample size of 295, which was rounded up to around 300. So as we can see here in the results, the mean DMFT of the participants was found to be 4.71, and as seen as in the individual categories. Coming to the periodontal status, which was found to be, p-value was found to be 0.03, which was found to be statistical significant. And most of the participants were had this periodontal problem of bleeding was maximum seen in the overweight category people. Calculus was prominently seen in obese people, and there were shallow and deep pockets present as well. The most striking feature seen in this population was the use of tobacco, and betel nut. So, which was a statistical significant result we found, and the maximum tobacco use was seen in this overweight category of people, whereas alcohol consumption, we did not find any statistical significant value. So the other part of the results, as we can see, is the participants' mean age was 42.39 years, whereas majority of the participants belong to the overweight category, that is around 56.61%. The mean BMI of the participants was observed as 24.48, which was towards near the overweight value. And OSMF, which is called as oral submucous fibrosis, which was seen in 6.23% of the population, which was prevalent among the normal BMI category. There's a condition called leukoplakia lesion in the population. Oral abscess ulcers was seen in 3.89% of these individuals, which was evident in obese individuals, and smoking was seen least in the normal BMI category. So a statistical significant association was seen between BMI and diabetes mellitus as well, and prevalence of DMFT was highest in obese individuals. So coming to the conclusion, there was a significant relationship between body mass index and the oral health of these bus drivers due to their lifestyle habit, stress, and irregularity in dietary and sleeping habits, and lack of oral health awareness. These all are the reasons which have created an alarming situation which cannot be overlooked and such issues of the transport workers should be addressed. Dissemination of knowledge, adoption of preventive services, guidelines through primary healthcare centers, and tobacco cessation services by psychological counseling may provide an urgently needed fill-in this tobacco control efforts. Diet counseling, along with oral health education and the importance of physical exercise, lifestyle modification to check in the need of the hour. Also, there is need to create awareness of the ill effects of smoking and other tobacco-related habits, as this can lead to pre-malignant conditions, or even if the symptoms get worse, it may even lead to cancer as well as death. As we all know, our India is oral cancer capital of the world. So this is the need of the hour amongst these transport workers. Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, Mehul, one question from my side.
Yes, sir.
What do you think is the empirical relation between the oral hygiene and obesity? I mean, there doesn't seem directly any conformal relation that we can think of. So what do you think might be the actual relation, this kind of, especially with smoking? Why is this relation coming like that? Because we
Sir,
know alcohol consumption is something that we can directly relate to it, but smoking is something which seems a bit off. So why do you think is the reason?
Sir, as we know, pertaining especially to the smoking, as we know, there is the results of smoking which are there. They are in the lean people. So most of the smokers get lean. But whereas alcohol consumption we see in obese category. And what we have seen is because of the stress and their sedentary lifestyle, and because of their irregular dietary habits, they are not consuming food at a proper time, which is causing hampering in their body health, which in turn causes they hog anytime, anywhere, and maybe
No,
sweets
no,
and
wait,
all.
wait,
So
wait. One of the results and discussion you have mentioned that
yes, sir.
smoking was seen least in normal BMI category. So this is just the opposite that you're saying.
Sir, these are the results which I have obtained. So these results
Do you think
contraindicate
there might be any correlation? I mean, empirical correlation with smoking and obesity?
yes, sir. As in the normal category, we see, as I earlier also told, that smoking normally also the people who smoke more, they tend to lose weight and they tend to lean. So it is not found maximum in overweight and obesity category. Whereas I found statistically insignificant results compared to alcohol consumption. That is how, like, in the 300 population, sir, I have only 23 people who gave a history of alcohol consumption, whereas tobacco users were 67.
Okay.
Whether let it be in smoking form or smokeless form.
Okay, I get it. But so to directly conclude that there might be any empirical relationship, it is difficult to draw that conclusion, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So the limitation of the study stands that we can conduct a study which is much more with higher sample size, so that we can come to a conclusion.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Okay. Thank you.
Mehul, I have a question.
Huh?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you.
So question is, what is the control here? Like, you are talking about a category of workers who are having this problem, the statistics of whatever data that you have shown. But, if we, are you saying that
Yes,
it is higher or lower than what happens in an average Indian?
Yes, sir, definitely. Because of these blue collar workers, sir, they are constantly on their wheels.
No, but where is that
So
statistic?
because of that, they are under constant stress and they are unable to maintain the oral hygiene, and they are not able to maintain their overall health also. So I wanted to check whether how badly, in what ways it is affecting them.
No, I understand. My question is, is there a
Yes, sir.
control which says that this is the statistic that is normal on an average, this is what happens,
Yes.
and this particular category of workers are having something which is above average or lower than average? Is there that where is that control in your study?
So because it is a cross-sectional study, like I have not done any intervention. So that's why I've not taken a control group. Whereas other studies which are conducted on school children, who have maximum of chocolates and they have more carious teeth, their EMFT is high. So there particular population set for the particular objective, sir. So here my objectives was to see whether how it is related, how tobacco affects, how alcohol, how smoking affects, and because of their dietary habits, how their oral health and dental caries status is.
No, that is okay, but then you will not be able to say for sure that this is happening just because of their the situation that they are in. That is difficult to say, conclude, unless you say that yes, this is I mean, as compared to others, this is much higher and therefore it is a problem.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. There are other studies conducted across the world, whereas in India, there are 1 or 2 studies which are also conducted on bus drivers, which also say that they have a higher prevalence for tobacco and smoking related habits.
Okay.
Because of the night shift, no, sir. Because of the night shifts, they to try to make them awake for themselves, they consume this tobacco a lot.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I have
yes.
a question, Mehul. So this
Yes, sir.
tobacco-related problem is across the board. Every population has this kind of problem where there is
Right.
stress involved. So what is the objective of choosing this transport worker?
Sir, as I mentioned earlier, these are the people who are like, can't say exactly neglected by the community, but they don't come into the picture on a regular basis. As we normal people have holidays, even these people are even working on the days of holidays. So they are always on the wheels, and they don't have time for themselves, or they try to neglect it somehow because of lack of awareness. So that was the whole purpose and whole motto of to choose this population as my target.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. So any questions, sir?
Saurav, you are muted, I think.
I think we can move on to the next speaker.
Thank you, sir.
Good morning, sir. Can I present now my presentation if I am audible?
Yes, yes. She is audible.
Meghna.
Shurab, you are not audible now.
Shourav, can you take us back to Meghna's poster?
Saurav, you are having some problem with your microphone, I think. So if you just take us to the Meghna's poster, that will be.
I think he is logged out or something. No, he's come.
Oh, maybe he is relogging.
Yeah. Anybody else has the PDF file of this entire posters? Shubhranshu, do you have it?
Let me see. For
just wait 5 minutes. Just wait 5 minutes.
Okay, no problem.
okay.
Are you doing it?
Hello.
Saurabh, everything all right?
I'm audible?
Yes,
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Is everything all right?
Yeah, just a moment. Okay, I am audible, right?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm extremely sorry because of these loose connections and those things that everything gone. So I am still trying to share my slide.
I think we can go back to Meghna if she's
Okay.
ready.
Okay. So Meghna is ready with better connectivity.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is right.
Yes, sir.
So everything is fine. So okay. Let's go. Carry on. So just a moment. Your time starts now. Yeah, fine. Carry on.
Good morning. I'm Dr. Meghna Diasa, and I'm going to present my work on the production statistical optimization and purification for the production of ferrolyl esterase enzyme from the fluorotoxic HP1. Nowadays, the continuous development of biosustainable and renewable resources based technology is an extremely important step to reduce the environmental pollution. And the aim of my study was to production of ferrolyl esterase enzyme for the release of ferulic acid. And as we know that the ferrolyl esterase enzyme is the main key enzyme for the catalyze the ester bond, which is present between the ferulic acid and hemicellulose. And for the study, I first perform isolation and screening for the production of ferrolyl esterase enzyme, and then I go for the optimization and then statistical optimization and then purification of ferrolyl esterase enzyme, and then characterization of purified ferrolyl esterase enzyme, and then substrate specificity. Here we can see the result of my study. So first figure shows the growth of pleurotus fungi, and the second figure shows the halosome, which is a primary screening for the production of ferrolyl esterase enzyme, further confirmed by the secondary screening. And then the graph shows that the different moistening medium were used to enhance the production of ferrolyl esterase enzyme. And among these 6 different moistening medium, Olga medium was suitable moistening medium for the production of ferrolyl esterase enzyme at pH 5 at 78 degrees Celsius. And the most suitable carbon source is a glucose, and most suitable nitrogen source is a yeast extract. Then I further go for the statistical optimization. The statistical optimization done by using Plackett-Bowman designs. In the Plackett-Bowman design, 8 variables were used. Among these 8 variables, 3 components, 3 variables gave confidence level above 95%. So these 3 variables for the selected for the CCD. And the ANOVA analysis shows the p-value were less than 0.05, so which indicates the quadratic model was significant at 95 confidence level. Here we can also see the graph which shows the predicted value and actual value. The points were are also near the line, which also support the statistical analysis. After the statistical analysis, I perform a time course study. In the time course study, I use unoptimized medium and optimized medium, which after the statistical analysis. So the study shows that after using a statistical optimized medium, it enhanced the 22.68% ferrolyl esterase enzyme production. So these enzymes are used for the purification, and the purification was done in 2 steps. That first I used ammonium precipitation, and then size exclusion chromatography. The size exclusion, after the purified the enzyme size exclusion chromatography, it gives 3.22-fold purification with 1433 unit per mg specific activity. This purification was confirmed by the SDS page. Here we can see the 3 lines. First line shows the markers. Second line shows a band for the purified enzyme. This indicates that the enzyme was completely purified after the size exclusion chromatography, and it is a monomeric protein, and the molecular weight was approximately 28 kilodalton. And this study was further confirmed by the zymogram, that is activity staining, which is done by sandwich method. And ferrolyl esterase enzyme, for the ferrolyl esterase enzyme, there are 4 different substrates are present, that is methyl ferrate, methyl fumarate, methyl caphate, and methyl cinnamate. Among these 4 substrates, methyl ferrate shows maximum affinity for the ferrolyl esterase enzyme. So at the end, I want to conclude my study that the present study shows that the fungus, the white-rot fungus, that is Pleurotus ostratus HP1, is a promising microorganism for the production of ferrolyl esterase enzyme, and the statistical optimization also enhance the production of ferrolyl esterase enzyme. So these purified ferrolyl esterase enzyme can be a greener route for the production of ferulic acid. Thank you.
Okay.
So, Meghna, what is this statistical optimization that you're talking about? Can you please say it once again?
Yes, I used Olga medium's component, that is glucose yeast extract, like that to enhance the production of ferrolyl esterase. That which component shows a positive effect or negative effect on the production of ferrolyl esterase enzyme.
And why is that called a statistical optimization? Like,
because sir, I use the software, that is Plackett-Bowman design and central composite design.
Okay. What does it do? What does the package do? Can you just give very briefly, can you say what it does?
Sir, there are, for example, I did a 30 run, that is a concentration variable, high amount of concentration. For example, glucose, if I am using 1%, so what is the concentration required, optimum concentration, like 2%, 3%, or less than 1%. So such type of 13 runs I did.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello, Meghna.
Yes, sir.
Is there any probability to make a hydrocinamic acid in this process?
Sorry, sir.
Is there any probability to form hydrocinamic acid, some amount byproduct as a byproduct in this process?
Ferulic acid, na, sir?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Hydrocinamic acid.
Yes, sir.
Antioxidative hydrocinamic acid.
Yes, sir. At the end of the this ferroelastrin enzyme is used for the production of hydroxycinamic acid, sir.
How can purify from this hydrocinamic acid from of ferulyl esterase?
Sir, by the organ solvent like methanol, we can use for the extraction of hydroxycinamic acid, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Any questions?
I think we can proceed to the next candidate.
Next.
Thank you.
Prashant?
Yes, sir. I'm audible.
Yeah. Start.
Good morning, everyone. First of all, I'd like to thank the convener and all the team of conference. My name is Prashant Gogoi, Assistant Professor, Pandit Dindal Upadhyay Adarsh Mahavidyalaya, Amjanga, Assam. And my poster presentation title is Copper Sheaf-based Complex Catalyzed Oxidation of Sulfide with Hydrogen Peroxide. Here, the sulfoxide, you know, that are common functionality and found in numerous pharmaceutically active compounds. They have widespread utilization as convenient intermediates or reagent in organic synthesis. And in recent developments, using non-metal catalyst and even a neat condition without a catalyst can give a good yield and selective for common sulfide. But main difficulties in earlier method is that many method could not oxidize the varieties of sulfide. Therefore, it is in the current interest to develop economically and environmentally more sustainable procedure for the preparation of various sulfoxide. So here we use the in this present method we use the actually copper sheaf-based complex we use to oxidize the sulfide. So the most typical method or procedure, actually we use a 30% hydrogen peroxide solution, here 5 millimole, was added to a solution containing the sulfide. The complex is copper sheaf-based complex and 2 ml acetonitrile. The reaction mixture was stirred at room temperature until the completion of the reaction was monitored by TLC. After complete conversion of the reactant, the product was extracted with the ethyl acetate and was with water. The organic layer was dried over the anhydrous sodium sulfate, and the solvent was removed under the vacuum, and the residue was purified by chromatography. Here we have prepared this mass of sulfide here. So here here you prepared both the aromatic sulfide as well as aliphatic sulfide. So in conclusion, in this study, the results indicate that the complex, sheaf-based complex, is efficient catalyst for oxidation of both aryl and alkyl sulfide to corresponding sulfoxide with hydrogen peroxide. The product we have here is given is 3B. product is it's very new actually. It's prepared in our lab, and it is characterized by also XRD analysis. And catalytic process have the clean, safe, and most of the starting sulfides are commercially available. So this is my presentation, and thank you.
I have a question.
Yes,
So,
sir.
I think this sulfoxide formation most used process is the non-metal catalyst people are using.
Yes, sir.
So with respect to the available methods,
Mhm.
how much is your yield? In which way it is better than the available processes?
Yes, without catalyst, this is the green, but without catalyst, we get less than actually 70% yield actually. But using the catalyst, we yield more than 75% to means above 90 actually.
Above 90%.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
Prashant.
Yes, sir.
After the oxidation, how can how can separate copper oxide from this sample?
Yes, sir. Actually, what happened means it is actually easily separated by copper. This is the simple filtration you can separate it, and after that actually we go for the TLC method. Actually, we monitor, and after TLC we again go for the means chromatography technique actually.
Now, where we want to ppm level, 1200 ppm copper, and then in this case filtration is not the process.
Yes. Actually, here we use only the TLC method actually.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
I think we can move on to the next talk.
Shishir Kumar Rajbongshi.
Yes, sir.
Saurabh, okay? Saurabh.
Hello.
Hello. Audible.
Okay.
Shishir Kumar Rajbongshi.
Yes.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You start
now.
Yes, sir. Good morning, everyone. I am Shishir Kumar Rajbangshi, Assistant Professor, Pandit Dindayal Upadhyay Adarsh Mahavidyalay, Amjonga, Gwalpara, Assam. And I welcome you all to my presentation. As you can see on the screen, my topic is on some theoretic aspects of fuzzy subsets. So in this article, we possess some important theoretic aspects of fuzzy subsets. And this article possesses some important properties of L-fuzzy power set of a finite set. Here we take a non-empty finite set and an order subsets of closed interval of 0 and 1. Then the set of mappings from this set is denoted by F as L-fuzzy power set. Considering the disjunctive union operation between the fuzzy subsets, the structure forms a groupoid, which is defined as special fuzzy groupoid. Later, we try to introduce the product of the special fuzzy groupoid and their properties. First, we want to introduce the L fuzzy power set and special fuzzy groupoid. So the set of all fuzzy subsets from the finite set E to the closed interval of 0 and 1 is denoted by F, which is here shown. Again, disjunctive union operation of fuzzy subsets is defined by this operation. It is defined as the union of a fuzzy subset on its intersection and a complement of B, then A complement intersection B. And one proposition that we have obtained that this is closed under the disjunctive union operation. Then again, we have got another proposition that the fuzzy groupoid is commutative with respect to the disjunctive union operation. Again, we have defined the product of fuzzy groupoids, which is denoted by P. The product of P consists of a pair A and B, where A is an element of set A and capital A, and B is an element of capital B. And this product holds these laws of complement, laws of forming complement, commutative law, distributive law, identity law, complement law, and involution law. And again, this product P holds a proposition that is the product of P of two special fuzzy groupoid is closed under the disjoint union operation. Again, it also holds a theorem that the product of two special fuzzy groupoid is also a special fuzzy groupoid. So we can prove this. Again, we got a proposition that the product of P of two special fuzzy groupoid is commutative with respect to the disjunctive union operation. So I can conclude that the proposed work presented here is on some important properties of L fuzzy power subset, that is lattice ordered fuzzy power set. Through this article, different properties of L fuzzy power set and special fuzzy groupoid are studied. We hope that the result established here would find some application and enrich the theory of fuzzy algebra. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Shishir, so the question is, where do you see the application of fuzzy set theory?
Fuzzy set theory is applied everywhere, actually.
Like
from engineering to science or computer science, statistics, mathematics, chemistry, physics, everywhere we can apply fuzzy set theory.
Can you give an example of where it is applied in, let's say, physics?
Actually, for example, in Boolean algebra, we can apply features. You can apply in case of voltage, because voltage is high or low. But if we can, if you want to measure voltage between high and low, then we can apply fuzzy set theory.
That is not very clear. Okay. Fine. Yes, yeah, Shubhranshu, you can ask the question.
Yeah. Carry on.
Hello.
Yes,
Hear
sir.
me? Yes. Can you explain the L fuzzy subset groupoids? How can you use in image processing?
Actually, sir, I have not applied it for image processing. I will try, sir.
Okay. Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
I have a question.
My question is associated with previous question of Professor Abhishek Chaudhary, that during the application of your fuzzy subsets, say in the physics, you are saying that you are defining voltages, low voltage or high voltage. So how it is a better approach compared to the conventional methods for designating voltage, low voltage or high voltage?
Yes, sir. If we can measure somehow that we have some voltage between zero, also low and high, or if we can assume that this is near to high or this is near to low, then we have to apply fuzzy sets actually.
No, my question is that what is the advantage in this case?
Advantage is that we can approximate actually. We can approximate, or we can give some probability that this this is near to high or this is near to low, if we apply fuzzy set theory.
Still not convinced. Okay, we can. I think let's stop it here. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Okay. So shall I move to next one?
Yes, yes.
Yes. So the next presenter is Ehsan Rabbani.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So are you ready?
Good afternoon. Yes, sir. Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. So your time starts now.
Okay, sir. Sir, my presentation topic is a novel hybrid model of augmented gray wolf optimizer and artificial neural network for predicting shear strength of soil. My name is Hassan Rabbani. I am research scholar of NIT Patna. Sir, is it visible?
Yeah.
The abstract and introduction part.
Yeah, I can see. I don't know the others.
Before going to the, yes, sir. Before going to the topic, I am just going to the that is the introduction part of the this work. As we noted, shear strength, it is one of the important parameter in soil mechanics, and it is defined as the ability of the soil mass to resist shearing forces. So, and in geotechnical engineering, this is certainly used in the design and audit of geoenvironmental and geotechnical structures. So this is the topic which is actually from the geoenvironmental project. So, and this shear strength we can determine using two parameters. One is called cohesion and another one is called angle of internal friction. Both the parameters is used in soil. So as we noted, these both the parameter cohesion and angle of internal friction we can determine it in the laboratory. But the biggest problem is that if we do it in laboratory, it is very time-taking process and it takes lot of cost. So to avoid it, researchers nowadays they are using some of the soft computing techniques. Soft computing techniques like they are using, some of the researchers they are using artificial neural network. Some of them are using support vector machines. Some of them are using adaptive neurophysics inference system, and also Mars is there. Then some of the regression models or regression methods or is there. With the help of that, we can find out the shear strength of soil. But as we know that soil, it is of not a single particles. Its properties are complex in nature. So only one algorithm, it is not possible to predict its behavior using one single algorithm. So to avoid this, I am using here hybrid models. Hybrid model means just we are ensembling more than two or more than two models, so that we can predict the behavior of soil in a better way. So for this, I have used in this work, I have used 6 meta-heuristic algorithm. One of them is particle swarm optimization, genetic algorithm, gray wolf optimization, augmented grey wolf optimization. That is, we have hybrid ANN with PSO, ANN with HHO, ANN with GA, ANN with GWO, ANN with AGWO, and ANN with MPA. MPA is nothing but marine predator algorithm. Our aim is to predict shear strength of soil. Here in this work, I have collected some of the data from the Galaximo project, and the soil I have taken it. It is having of area of 135 hectares and 65 boreholes are there. And with the help of that boreholes, we have collected 249 soil samples at a depth of 1.2 to 39.5 meters. And also I have considered some of the influencing factors, because these factors is somehow these factors depends on the strength of soil. Like I have considered depth of the sample, sand proportion, loam proportion, clay proportion, moisture content, wet density, dry density, wide ratio, liquid limit, plastic index, and liquidity index, so that better understanding of behavior of the soil will done. Two sets of data. Then after collecting the data, I have divided both the data into two sets. One training set, another one is testing set. Generally, I've taken 90% as data set as for the training and 10% as for the testing. Graphical. Then I have also done some of the histogram of all the that is input variable as well as output variable. Here, shear strength is the output variable, and other factors, other influencing factors, parameters.
Your time is over. You conclude right now.
Yes, 1 minute. I'm going to the conclusion part. Then after that, I have hybridized the ANN with the meta-heuristic algorithms, and also then with the help of that, and also I have taken some of the performance parameter to know how our model is, whether it is good or bad. For that, I have used adjusted R square, coefficient of determination, then Wilmot's index of agreement, performance index, and also residual standard error RSC value, as well as RMSE value.
Have you done?
And the estimated R square value of hybrid model at testing phase are 0.88188 for the ANN AGWO model. Similarly, 0.8150 for the ANN GWO model, 0.7937 for the ANN PSO model, 0.7891 for the ANN GA model, 0.8083 for the ANN HHO, 0.8172 for the ANN NPA model.
You have done. Okay. Let's conclude.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Ehsan, this question, this Coulomb. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
This form that you have written down between the shear parameters and shear strength.
Yes.
You said
Yes,
that
sir.
these are dependent on other factors such as liquid limit, plasticity index, clay content. How are they dependent on? I mean, how do they get inside this equation?
Sir, Coulomb, one of the scientists, researchers is Moore, another one is Coulomb. Actually, Moore have done a lot, 1,000 sample they have taken, and they have done, that is how the shear strength, that is cohesion and angle of internal friction, they are dependent on the shear strength they found. And then later on, the Coulomb, one of the scientists, they again modified this Coulomb Moore's theorem, and actually Moore found that the cohesion and angle of internal friction, the curve or the failure envelope curve, it is not straight line, it is of curvilinear. But later on, Coulomb said that no, it is not, that is in curvilinear, it is a straight line. That is shear strength, only the parameters, cohesion and angle of internal friction. This is the main parameter that depends on the shear strength of soil. But cohesion, from where come cohesion? If we increase the liquid limit, that is, if we increase the water content, moisture content in the soil, then of course cohesion will be increased. The soil's phenomena will be increased. Similarly, if in soil, if it is clay content is more, then I can say that cohesion of the soil is more.
No, that is correct. But what I'm trying to ask is that this cohesion, as you said, will depend upon these quantities. So is there any functional relationship for this? Like you have written down, is there a functional relationship of this C on the different parameters that you are talking about?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All these parameters, they are interrelated to the cohesion. If moisture content is increases, so cohesion value will be increased. At the same time, phi value will be decreased. If, for example, if we take sand and rub it in our hand, we will feel like something that is there is friction. So phi, but it is a friction, internal friction.
Okay. Yeah, it's okay. Thank you, Hasan. I think you can go on to the next question if Shubhranshu's hand is raised.
Actually, Hasan, one of the issue with your poster is that all you have done, you haven't represented it perfectly in your poster.
Correct.
That is the issue.
Colors, yes.
You have said everything through your oration, but some of these graphs and equation should have been in your poster. Then it would have been
because
more
it is
easier
one
to
one
understand.
it is one page. No, that's why I didn't.
Okay, I mean we get it.
With single page it is not possible because I have to show if I some of them have not mentioned the references, but without
Okay.
using references, how can I? So that's the problem.
Any question? Any other? Shubhranshu?
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Hello. What activation function is used in this case?
Sir, activation function I have used like this because it is related to shear strength. So I have used the parameters.
No.
parameter.
I have different question. Basically, when you use the ANN hybrid with GWO, what type of activation function is used for the multi-layered case? ReLU, mascot function, leaky ReLU function, or any others?
No, sir. Here I have not used any activation function.
Okay. You don't use any activation function. Then how can you derive the cost function? Derive the cost function of this algorithm?
I just initialize. Sorry.
Do you know the GW algorithm?
Yes, the GW. Yes,
What is the advantage of this?
Sir, this is a GW is nothing gray wolf optimizer, na?
Yeah, yes. What advantage with the other algorithms?
The advantage is that gray wolf optimizer, it is like breeds of gray wolf. Something like one packet. That is, it
something
has,
like?
Sir, like beta is there in here, beta function is there, delta function is there.
Okay. Yes.
Alpha function is there in here. Gray wolf.
More flexible.
And another one is omega.
Okay. Why you can't use CNN GWO?
CNN
GWO?
Sir, because
since the yes.
Now sir, I have done that experimental work, and our guide told me that you use later on the soft computing parts.
Okay, thanks. Thank you.
Okay. Any more questions? So, shall I move to next one?
Yes.
Okay. So next is Indrajit Kumar.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good
So
afternoon. Good afternoon, sir. Myself, Interdisciplinary Kumar, research scholar from IIT Delhi.
Okay, thank you, sir.
My poster presentation is on advanced characterization, formulation, and simulation analysis of polypropylene glass fiber composites by using Autodesk mold flow. In my presentation, I have done in two parts. First of all, formulation of polypropylene glass fiber composites for automotive battery tray, and in second part, we have done the mold flow analysis of that. So first of all, polypropylene is widely used after the polyethylene, which is used in automotive battery tray applications. And 3D mold flow analysis is done to optimize the cycle time and to reduce the defects and so on. My objective of this study is to develop a material according to required specification of the parts, and for that antioxidant stabilizer and various compatibilizer is used to manufacturing that product. Result and discussions. I have taken polypropylene, antioxidants, compatibilizer as maleic anhydride, and we have done the characterization analysis of tensile testing, flexural testing, and mold flow index. By using capillary rheometer, we use this.
Hello, Indrajit.
Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Open your video.
Oh.
Cameras. Sorry.
Okay. Sir. Am I visible?
Yeah.
Yes.
For characterization, we have done tensile testing like flexural strength, tensile strength, and by using DSC, we have done the measurement of glass transition temperature, and by using TGA, we have done the thermal stability of the material. And my work plan is to first of all formulation, then processing and compounding. For confirmatory test, we have done how much percentage of glass fiber is included in the polymer, and UDV generation. By doing all the characterization, we have taken the data and formed the universal database, and after that we have done the mold flow analysis. For mold flow analysis, various first of all mesh analysis done, and after that we have choose the suitable gate location so that the material can be flow properly, and flow prone temperature, injection pressure, how sinks marks we have, all these defecting parameter are to be analyzed. And in conclusion part, we have optimized the several defects like sink marks, bar page, how weld line we have, because in weld lines two flow parameters like in different directions, so that the gate location, so that the defects can be diversified. So cycle time can be reduced and trial can be reduced. Thank you.
You have done?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Question? Any question?
Indrajit, what about the, you've said about the glass transition temperature. What does it mean? What is the glass transition temperature and what does it signify in your system?
Sir, actually, glass transition signifies how the material transition takes place from glassy state to rubbery state. Because we have at like a different temperature, the material behaves differently.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Indrajit, how
Yes,
it is not clear actually how mold flow simulation software
Yes, sir.
is mechanism, perfect mechanism. 4 to 5 variable here: cycle time, melt temperature, mold temperature, injection pressure, etc.
Yes.
How can we optimize in this software, by this software, through this software?
Sir,
What is
actually various warp analysis, like we have done the data by using we have introduced the data in mold flow software, like what is melt temperature, mold temperature, and what is the percentage of glass fiber and polypropylene.
now if I want to reduce the cycle time,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
then rest 4 or 5 parameter, how can we change the system? Our target, say yet our target to reduce the cycle time, and then what happened? How can we proceed?
Sir, to reduce the cycle time, we have to increase the temperature so that the viscosity of that material will be increased, so that the cycle time will be decreased.
No, this is the theoretical one. And now, how a modified simulator of software?
Yes, sir.
What is its role to
Sir,
establish the?
Sir, actually, this software is to optimize how the flow behavior will be. How the flow behavior will be when we by increasing the temperature. If we put the temperature at 180 degrees Celsius, then we optimize what will be the cycle time. If we put the temperature of 200 degrees Celsius, then we can optimize what will be the cycle time.
No. Yes. It's one parameter. Then if we constanting temperature, I just increase the pressure.
Yes, sir.
Then cycle time is also decreased.
Yes, sir.
What parameter should we take? Pressure or temperature?
Sir, why varying the temperature and pressure? We can take any one at a time.
What is more cost effective?
Sir, increase the temperature will be most cost effective.
Okay. I think.
Okay. Thanks.
I think we need to move. Still, we are too much delay. Yeah. Thank you, Indrajit. So so I am going to the next slide. So next presentation is by Dimple Singh from Department of Paper Technology, Institute of Technology, Roorkee. Yeah. Dimple is around. Yeah.
I'm audible.
Yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone present here. Myself, Dimple Singh. I am from IIT Roorkee. I'm here to give my presentation on my work that is based on analysis of mitochondrial protein that are involved in neurological disorder. So basically, we are taking mitochondria that play an important role in ATP synthesis, and any loss that occur in mitochondrial function can affect the function of cells, organs, especially where there is a high demand of ATP energy is required, and that occur majorly in central nervous system. The involvement of mitochondria in neurodegeneration is of major concern in neurological diseases, that is like Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer disease, and Huntington disease. These all disease can attribute to mitochondrial malfunctioning, which can further lead to an oxidative stress and mutation. So we have done a literature survey of 60 mitochondrial proteins. The involvement of these mitochondrial genes in these diseases is based on the fact that mitochondria are used for the ATP synthesis in neurons, and their further failure can lead to neuronal dysfunction and further can lead to cell death. So we further take the extensive literature survey. We have identified 60 mitochondrial proteins that were involved in different neurological diseases. These 60 proteins were further studied in UniProt database, and then we do a functional study also. Then we do the biochemical functional analysis, then we do the cellular functional analysis, then we do biological process and pathway enrichment analysis was done using gene ontology pathway enrichment analysis. Further study was also done to identify protein-protein interaction, enrichment analysis of these proteins. Then through these analysis, we showed that there were 15 proteins that have function in localization, and there were 15 proteins that were involved in the metabolic processes. After that, through pathway enrichment analysis, we identify the mitochondrial proteins that were involved in different disease pathway. The result shows, through results, we conclude that there were 3 proteins, that is PSEN2, PSEN1, and AP, were associated with Alzheimer's disease, amyloid secretase pathway, and Alzheimer disease penicillin pathway. Other proteins like SYNJ and HTT belongs to Huntington disease, and SNCA and UCHL1 have function in Parkinson's disease. So this study further can be studied and identify the mitochondrial proteins that have function in neurological diseases, and these proteins can be further studied for inhibitor screening and drug development. Thank you.
Thank you. You completed before time. Yeah, question? Any question? Am I audible?
So, all your study is based on, the data available in literatures.
Yes, sir. It was based on literature survey.
So, you did a cross correlation type study.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
The studies are in initial phase. After that, we'll be screening it for drug development. Further study will be done.
Okay, this is the initial phase of your
initial stage of my work.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
So, the second part of your problem, that is developing drugs, that will be clinically done by you guys only.
Yes, sir. Yes, it will be clinically done by me and my guide.
Okay.
Anything further? Okay, so I think there is no more question. So thank you, Dimple. So let's move to the next presentation.
Thank you, sir, for giving me this chance. Thank you so much.
So the next presentation is Priya Brat.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So
very good morning, sir.
Yeah. Start.
Sir, myself Priyavrat. I'm from Veer Kuvar Singh University. My topic is study of magnetic and optical properties of Cu doped ZNO nanoparticles synthesized by hydrothermal method and their application as a photocatalyst in the degradation of organic pollutants. So in the recent years, the textile, paper, and pulp and dyeing industries have been developed and put significant pollution into natural water supplies. Among the pollutants, water, organic dyes account for the majority of these contaminants, and they have several negative health effects. Therefore, a lot of industrial wastewater treatment methods have been used for the degradation of organic dyes. Among these methods, photocatalyst is the best option. Since it is a green technique, employs naturally renewable solar energy and functioned at room temperature semiconductor. Photocatalysts such as TiO2, ZNO, ZNS, SNO2, and WO4 have been used widely in the wastewater treatment. Due to high stability, low cost, non-toxicity, great photoelectric conversion coefficiency, and controllable material, ZNO is the most effective, efficient semiconductor photocatalyst. As a result of its wide bandgap energy, narrow visible light absorption, and high recombination rate of photo-generated electron-hole pairs, ZNO only is not applicable to overcome the limitations of ZNO, but the ZNO with other narrow bandgap semiconductors, there are also reports on doping of materials and non-metals to improve the catalytic efficiency of ZNO. As a result, ZNO will be improved, the photocatalytic efficiency of ZNO will be improved due to the separation of photo-generated electron-hole pairs and improving the visible light absorption of ZNO. Among the materials, Cu-based materials are a promising candidate because they are non-toxic, stable, having a low band gap, and respond to visible light. The Cu is suitable for doping as a result of the potential for overlapping the Cu-D electrons with ZNO valence bond. The synthesis of ZNO can be done using a variety of physical and chemical processes, but we have chosen the hydrothermal method for the synthesis of ZNO. The characterization technique was composed by XRD spectroscopy. The crystal structure of phases of each sample was determined by using XRD, the field emission scattering electron microscopy (FESM), and the transmitted electron microscopy instruments were used for morphology characterization. The photocatalytic experiments were carried out with a reference to relevant scientific work, where 125 ml solution and 25 mg of catalyst were added. The solution was then sonicated for 30 minutes in the dark to achieve absorption and desorption equilibrium between the catalyst surface and the organic dye. Subsequently, the solution was exposed to visible light illumination. Throughout the experiment, the mixture was stirred with a magnetic stirrer at 20-minute intervals, and a liquid was taken and the catalyst was separated from the solution by centrifugation. The degradation of ambi dye was analyzed through measuring the change in absorption intensity. The XRD was used to examine the phase and crystal structure of the prepared catalyst. As shown in the figure, the diffraction peak for the prepared ZNO Cu ZNO is 4% and the Cu ZNO is 5%. Catalysts were corresponding to the 100, 002, 101, 102, 110, 103, 200, 112, and 201 planes at 2 theta values of 31.2 degree, 34.8 degree, and 36.9 degree, 47.9 degree, 53.6 degree, 66.7 degree, and 75.5 degree, in which the matched with hexagonal wordite structure of ZNO has been obtained. A clear additional diffractional peak was observed at 2 theta of 38.80 degree. The peak could be released to related to CuO, which is consistent with the literature report. In CuZNO, the peaks were very small and insignificant as compared to the catalyst due to the smaller amount of CuO in the catalyst, which is also similar to the reported results. So the FESM analysis was used to check the surface morphology of CuZNO catalyst. The figure shows the lower and higher magnification morphology of CuZNO as uniformly distributed spherical shaped nanoparticles can be obtained through this experiment. The XRD analysis of CuZNO and EDS shows the existence of Cu, Zn, and O elements in the present samples.
Your time is over.
Coming to the conclusion, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, the presence of water hyacinth plant extract in the preparation of CuZNO enhances the porosity and visible light absorption. As a result, the photocatalytic activity of ZNO could be enhanced. Moreover, the impurity level resulted from Cu doping promote the synergic efficient through suppressing the charge carriers recombination rate and shifting the conduction band to lower energy level for the overall enhancement of photocatalytic degradation of the CuZNO nanoparticles. So I would like to acknowledge my supervisor, Dr. Anil Kumar Singh. He is the associate professor who have sent me to various institutions for the practical work, for the XRD work, for FSM work. And we have done this work with the help of so much of our research colleagues.
Okay.
So I have a question, Priyabrat.
Yes, sir.
So you are discussing about some degradation data, but I haven't seen those data in your presentation.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Those are not present. So it's very difficult to interpret your data. So that was one thing not present there.
Yes, sir.
So you should have done that. Otherwise, you are reading some data, but I can't interpret what exactly the efficiency or how it is going on. The second
sir, actually,
yes, please.
Sir, yeah. Sir, actually, in this work, we have doped the Cu particle in the ZNO nanoparticle, and the obtained sample was very useful in degrading the organic dye, sir.
Yeah, I know.
That was our main
where is the data? Dye degradation data.
Yeah,
I didn't see that data here.
Yeah.
Sir, due to limited space, I couldn't able to add so much of data in this, sir.
Yeah, that is the most important one. That is the most important one. In any case, second one is that you have shown that in your precursor solution, your copper doping percentage is 1, 2, 3, or 4%.
Yes, sir.
But how about your final product? Did you do this composition and analysis through XPS and find out what is the actual doping percentage in the actual final product?
Yes, sir. I have found the actual final product was also similar as done with the previously.
Similar means once. If it is you are doing 5% in the precursor, what is the percentage in the final product? Is it same 5%?
Yes, sir. It was the same 5%, sir.
It can't be possible thermodynamically. In any case, you should have done that XPS properly. Through XPS, you will get the exact value. In any case, so thank you for your presentation.
Sayan?
Yeah, I have a question that you had been saying about XRD, but you have not displayed your XRD data anywhere in this PPT. Okay, so again, I consider that issue with your space adjustment. Now, I have a question that from XPS, how do you conclude that you have a successful doping?
Sir, upon seeing the morphology of the particle prepared are of very good quality, and they are able to degrade.
Wait, Mr. Tiwari. From XPS data, how you can confirm that your doping was successful?
Sir, upon seeing the peaks, when the peaks are found in the limited range, then we can say that the particles is of good quality doping.
No. Doping means you have to check the definition of doping. Okay, so how you can assure that copper is actually substituting zinc sites? Okay, how can you interpret?
Sir, since the particle was its organic dye degrading property has been enhanced by doping, so we have
you are diverting the issue. No. Your statement is diverting the issue. Okay, let's forget it. And from the TEM images, we can see that we have this dark contrast particles. So still, it is not sure whether this is zinc oxide or copper oxide, because you are doping copper. Somehow there is a possibility that copper oxide will get formed. Okay, so you should take high resolution images so that you can differentiate that there is no copper oxide phase. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
So I think the study is not done properly. Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
let's conclude this. Let's move to the another next one. Is by Manik Das. Manik, is your
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you start.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Just a minute. So, good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Manik Das, student, Department of Chemistry, Prabhaskumar College, Kontai, Purbo Medinipur, West Bengal. The topic of my presentation is synthesis of 3 new chip-based copper to nickel to based metal complex along with their biomedical application towards DNA and HS binding and anti-cancer activity. So, in last few decades, cancer is the most discussed and unresolved threat due to its rapidly death rate and growing nature. And after the successful launching of cisplatin as anti-cancer drug, the transition metal drug development research becomes a demanding research. The cell killing mechanism of cisplatin unveils that DNA becomes the main target for most of the major therapy purpose, but the toxic side effects of the cisplatin restricts its use in worldwide. So it is very much urgent to the development of a non-platinum based anti-cancer drug with reducing its high toxic side effects. In this purpose, HSA can act as a superior drug delivery vehicle. The literature survey shows that among the non-platinum based metal complexes, copper 2 complex are the most superior due to their defined approach to their malignant cell as well as normal cells make them superior competitor. So not only the metal but also the ligand part can has a active role in to show the biomedical approaches. In this purpose, CBS holds a prestigious position as it has several advantages like high coordination power, easy synthesis, and etc. So CBS, as moreover, the pipetted by CBS are less explored in this field. So our main target was to development of a copper to based metal complex and nickel to metal complex along with their biomedical applications. So we had developed a CBS ligand HL by the simple condensation of hydroxysalicylate and 2-amino methyl piperidine, and after the addition of the metal salts by varying the ancillary ligands, we got 3 complexes: complex 1, complex 2, and complex 3. The ligand as well as the complexes were characterized successfully by implementing several spectroscopy techniques, and all the spectroscopic data are summarized in this table. So after the successful characterization of the complexes, they are used for the biomedical approaches. In this regards, several biophysical study has been implemented. At first, DNA binding study. Here, at first, in EV by electronic absorption, the gradual addition of the DNA to the fixed concentration of the complex, the peak intensity gradually decreases. And we had calculated the binding constant and to get more insight, the fluorescence titration was performed as our complex as well as DNA is fluorescence reactive. Hence, we had first formed EBDNA adduct as well as DAPI-DNA adduct. So the gradual addition of the complex to this adduct, the peak intensity decreases. During the association, a complete situation arises where the drug DNA adduct can reduce the binding sites of the outer fluorophore, which results to the reduce in the emission intensity. Actually, EB is a strong intercharacter binder, DAPI is a strong group binder. The quenching constant value as well as the pictographs clearly unveils that complex 1 and complex 2 are the group binder while complex 3 is intercharacter binder. The CD spectral analysis shows that during the association, the complex did not observe any secondary, so the macromolecule did not observe any secondary conformational change, and the molecular docking study supports to the experimental findings. So for HS binding study, we have implemented same technique stated above, but as HS is strongly fluorescence active compound, hence it is directly used for the fluorescence titration performance. And the CD spectral analysis are also performed, and the molecular docking study are clearly supports to the experimental findings. So all these experiments clearly shows that the complex can strongly interact with the DNA as well as HSA. But for the final biomedical approach purpose, the cytotoxicity effect of the cytotoxicity has been investigated among the 2 cancer cell lines, that is HeLa and PA1, and over 1 normal cell line HEC293. The IC50 value was summarized in this table, and the result shows that among the complexes, complex 1 has a high anti-cancer activity with lower toxic effects to the normal cell. And the finally adopting the AOI and POI staining study, it is unveils that the complex can kill the cancer cells via apoptotic pathway. So we can conclude that we have successfully developed and synthesized the complexes, and the complexes can they are stable in the Higgs buffer media pH 7.4. All the complex can effectively binds with DNA as well as HSA. The anti-cancer study of the complexes shows that the complex among the complex 1 has promising anti-cancer activity, and the complex can kill the cancer cells via apoptotic pathway. So and so I am very much thankful to my supervisor, Dr. Tithimaiti, our quality authority, and West Bengal Science and Technology DST for funding and the organizer. Thank you.
Nice, very nice.
Good. I have a question for your anti-cancer activity. I'm assuming that you are doing in vitro, right?
Yes, sir, in vitro.
Yes. So, what is the efficacy? If you can explain a little bit more.
So actually, the IC50 value, the literature survey shows that if a drug molecule has IC50 value below 25, then it should be a good anti-cancer agent. And here, our case, in complex one, it is for HeLa cell, it is below 20, it is 23.15, and for PA1 it is 28. So it is the so it can be concluded. We can say that the complex one, among the complexes, the complex one has higher anti-cancer activity.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any question from other judges? Shall I move? Okay. So
yes, move.
Yeah. So next presentation by Susmita Mukherjee. She is from Aijar Berampur. Susmita, are you around?
Good afternoon, sir. Am I audible?
Yeah. Please turn on your video. Yeah. Camera.
Just a minute, sir. I'm doing.
Yeah. Start.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Susmita Mukherjee. I am a research scholar under Dr. Ajay Perumal. I am doing my research on perovskite LED, which will be our next generation lighting technology. Today, I am going to share one of my work with you guys, which is based on perovskite LED. And I will briefly tell why we choose perovskite, what is perovskite, and give a brief overview of my work. And I will conclude via giving some aspect of my work on the society or upcoming next generation lighting technology. So in ancient time, we all used to use this kerosene light, candle, then comes incandescent bulb, and then come this OLED. We all use phones. We see this traffic signals, railway display, everywhere LED is there. So our life is incomplete without LEDs. So everything was fine with organic LED. So why do you choose perovskite LED? Because organic LED is much more costly and it's very lengthy procedure to make. And that's why my motivation and comes here. So it's not that much colored pure. So instead of perovskite, it's very colored pure. It is very solution processable. It's very highly tunable bandgap, easily tunable bandgap. So that is the main motivation of my work. So there is a drawback of perovskite, that is perovskite is very unstable. From that, my work start to address this issue. I am trying to make perovskite stable. So if we want to get a perovskite LED, a perovskite phone after 20 years in our hand, so we should make it stable. So for that, I choose an electron transport layer that is called TPBI. I incorporate this material into perovskite precursor. Precursor means perovskite salt and solvent mixer. And I use 3 different types of, in the strategy and methodology procedure, you can see, I use 2 different types of way. One is surface treatment, another one is bulk treatment. Surface treatment means on top, I coated a thin film of perovskite, and on top of that, I use this TPBI doped solution, anti-solvent. And another is bulk treatment, that is in the precursor itself, I doped this TPBI. So what I observed in the optical characterization, first I did this optical characterization where I saw that if I dope TPBI in surface and bulk, I saw that in the surface treatment, perovskite, it enhanced photoluminescence and the grains are becoming smaller. So my radiative recombination is enhancing. So more bright luminous photoluminescence turns in more bright LEDs. So in the electrical characterization part, you can see device performance. I went to the device then. Basic PN junction diode. I use P-dot basis as whole transport layer, perovskite as my emission layer, and aluminium is my cathode. So I make the devices, and I observed that it gave very high luminescence, more than 17,000 candela. And the main attractive thing about this LEDs is that it is very much more stable at high current density. I put 10 milliamp current density for longer time, and you can see the black curve with this bulk treatment. It is more almost double the this lifetime. So that is the main thing for my work. And this the LED, you can see this green emitting LED. It's my lab made LEDs. So in the conclusion part, I would like to conclude that I use here the thin layer of LIF in between my HTL and my perovskite layer to protect the PL quenching. Perovskite is conducting and my HTL is also conducting. So two conducting surface, if we touch each other, the exciton, the electron or hole pair will be dissociated. So to protect that layer, I use a thin layer of LIF, and TPBI intercollects between the grains and helps in to minimize the grain size, and bulk incorporation of the TPBI helps in reducing the luminance roll-off at high current density. That is the main thing of my part. So in the last, I would like to thank all of the respected judges, the respected faculties, and SRF and science director to give me the opportunity to share my work with you guys. Thank you.
Thank you. You have completed.
Hello, Sushmita.
Yes, sir.
I wanted to know how could you stop the interdiffusion between layers? Is there any possibility that there will be diffusion between two layers?
Yes, the charges can diffuse in between layers. So for that, the energy.
No. I'm not. No. I'm talking about the atomic diffusion. Atomic diffusion.
Maybe not, sir. That should not. That may not happen, because if it's happened, then from the photoluminescence graph we are getting, we should get from other layers or anything. But we are getting from perovskite, so I don't think it's dissociating or transferring.
No, actually, in most of the devices where we have layer by layer system, so there is a interdiffusion between two layers. Okay, so that actually hampers the photoluminescence efficiency. Okay, so I think that aspect you can check whether all those films were chemically coated. No.
Yes. So
Yes,
the HTL
so
layer
in
is
that-
coated, spin coated, and other layers are thermally deposited.
Okay. So in that case, you can check whether there is a diffusion of the atoms from one layer to another layer or not. Okay, because that may quench your luminescence efficiency little bit. Okay.
Yeah, sure, sir. I will look into this aspect.
So I have a question, Sushmita. So you told that you are depositing the perovskite thin film by spin coating, right?
Yes.
Okay, and for those electrode packaging, you are doing evaporation technique.
Yes.
So what is your thickness, film thickness?
Yes. So for the ITO and the glass, we commercially buy this thing. So that thickness is roughly 200 nanometer. The PDOT basis layer I spin coated, the blue color layer, that is roughly 40 nanometer. The in between this LIF thin layer, 3 nanometer LIF. The perovskite NAP BR3, the green color emission layer, it's roughly 200 nanometer. The TPBI electron transport layer is 50 nanometer, and the cathode and the LIF, like both the EIL and cathode combination, is 100 nanometer.
So these numbers you chose through experiments, or you just follow some literature value?
First, I started with literature values. I started for making it just to get a device first, LED. So after that, I go on optimizing that the HTL emission, everything is optimized. Only thing the cathode. The cathode is 100 nanometer for any literature, so that I did not optimize. That is fixed. That I taken for literature.
And for your PL, what is the excitation wavelength?
For PL, I am exciting as 405 nanometer. This is like a standard wavelength, so that's why I am using this 405 nanometer wavelength.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir.
Sushmita, you at some point you talked about tunable band gap. So how do you do that in this system, and why is it important? I mean,
So, sir, with perovskite, it is very easily tunable, because I am here using this green color emission layer. So there is ABX3 total compound perovskite. So AX and BX2. So the X is halide. So if you change the halide, it has direct connection to the band gap transition. So if you use chlorine, suppose, it will be blue emitting. If you choose iodine, it will be the red emitting. So I am using bromine in between. So now it is green emitting. So if you change the halide, it will automatically, very easily, solution percent will tunable band gap you will get.
And why is this important to tune the band gap?
Sir, because not only green or not only blue, we want to tune the whole visible range. So whole range, if we get, it will be better for display different areas of society, like for traffic, anything, it will be good.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, yeah.
Sushmita, can you just explain how this degradation process happens when current is passed in a perovskite device?
So sir, if I give a high bias, so it's direct to high current density. So there will be joule heating. The device will heat up. So after that heating is my excite on the electron and hole pair. It will not be a pair right at the end. It will be dissociate, or only one charge will be left. So it will not be radiative recombination. It will be non-radiative recombination. Heat will be produced. That's why it will degrade.
So it degrades into?
It will not. Sorry, sir.
I mean, you have a perovskite. When it degrades, what are the constituents of the after degradations?
It will lose its band gap. It will not emit from the.
No, I am saying chemically. What are the chemicals that are in the residue?
Sir, here I use MAPB-Br3 bromine-based compound.
Yeah.
So if I heat it, it will not be bromine-based, or the like perovskite has cubic structure. The structure will distort. It will not be. It will not be a perovskite cubic structure. It will distort its phase.
Yeah, into? Okay, that's fine.
Because the MABR, the MA methyl ammonium, is itself, its inherent property, it is very degradable, unstable moisture or heat. It's inherent property, this material.
No, I just want to know that, do you know what it degrades into? That's what the question is.
No, sir, exactly what is degrades into, I haven't gone there.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay.
Actually, some of the perovskites degrade into the initial precursor. So there may be a chance that it will come back to its initial form, initial precursors.
Exactly.
Okay.
You may check it.
Okay, sir. I got your point.
Okay. So thank you, Sushmita. So let's move to the another presentation. Next presentation. Yes. So we are. Yeah. Now it's your.
Ajay, yes, Ajay, you are here.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm audible, I hope so. Yes. Good afternoon, one and all. I am Dr. Ajay Matwari, Department of Physics, Nehru Gram Bharati, Day2 University, Prayagraj. I'm going to present my work entitled as Spectroscopic Investigation of Green Synthesized Zinc Oxide Nanoparticle and Titanium Dioxide Nanoparticle using Kino fruit peel extract and their antioxidant activity. The aim of my work is to synthesize the zinc oxide nanoparticle and titanium dioxide nanoparticle via green route through the deposition and precipitation method of zinc acetate and titanium dioxide powder in the Kino fruit peel extract. UV phase absorption peak were optically converged as 380 nanometer, which bump around 470 nanometer due to impurity for zinc oxide nanoparticle and 476 nanometer for the titanium dioxide nanoparticle, which are categorical for the formation of the nanoparticle. The FESM and TAME image reveal that synthesized zinc oxide nanoparticle and titanium dioxide nanoparticle have a hexagonal shape, and the average particle size were below the 23 nanometer for the titanium dioxide and 17 nanometer for the zinc oxide. The XRD and also resulted the sharper peaks indicated the zinc oxide nanoparticle and titanium dioxide nanoparticle that were well crystallized, whereas FTIR spectrum showed the intensive peaks of the hydroxyl and carboxyl group, amine and amide. Both the nanoparticles were found to be antioxidant when analyzed through the antioxidant test against the standard drug free radical scavenging assay DPPS of the green synthesized zinc oxide nanoparticle and titanium dioxide nanoparticle reveal that both nanoparticle have a good antioxidant activity as compared to the standard drug, ascorbic acid. As a standard drug, I have taken ascorbic acid. But the zinc oxide nanoparticle is found more effective as compared to the titanium dioxide nanoparticle, and thus zinc oxide nanoparticle can be utilized in various biomedical fields as compared to the titanium dioxide nanoparticle. A specific objective of my work is to minimize the use of toxic chemical in the synthesis of these two nanoparticles and characterize these two nanoparticles by UV vis, FESM, TAME, FTIR, FESM, and ADS to enhance the antioxidant activity and biomedical application of the zinc oxide nanoparticle and titanium dioxide nanoparticle, and utilized in formulation of the nanoherbal drug against the several human pathogens as well as used in cosmetic investments. Material method, we have used powder form of the quinoa fruit peel, heating with this powder form with water and fabricated it, and aqueous. Then we will get the aqueous form of the quinoa fruit peel, and then quinoa fruit peel precursor solution we will get, and then formation of zinc oxide nanoparticle and titanium dioxide nanoparticle. Here the end result we have various spectroscopic techniques we have used to characterize these two nanoparticles. We have find their UV vis. Earlier we have discussed already in so antioxidant activity. I'm going to explain about this one. It's just 1 second. Antioxidant activity. In antioxidant activity, I have checked antioxidant activity of these both nanoparticle, zinc oxide nanoparticle and titanium dioxide nanoparticle as compared to the standard drug, ascorbic acid, and found the EC50 value of the zinc oxide nanoparticle and titanium dioxide nanoparticle is mostly nearby the ascorbic acid. From the graph, we can conclude that the zinc oxide nanoparticle, the ARP value of zinc oxide nanoparticle is more than the titanium dioxide nanoparticle and ascorbic acid as a standard I have taken. And in the second graph, we can see the zinc oxide, the C50 value. The C50 and ARP both are reciprocal to each other. So which conclude whose EC50 is less than, it is considered as more antioxidant as compared to the any other nanoparticle or standard. So finally, I'm going to conclude my result. That is the antioxidant reducing powder ARP value of the titanium dioxide nanoparticle and zinc oxide nanoparticle were found lesser as compared to the standard drug, ascorbic acid, which indicate that have a more antioxidant activity. ARP value of zinc oxide nanoparticle is more than the titanium dioxide nanoparticle, which indicates that the zinc oxide nanoparticle is more antioxidant as compared to the titanium dioxide nanoparticle. Thus, titanium dioxide nanoparticle and zinc oxide nanoparticle, both synthesized from the quinoa fruit peel, can be utilized in nanoherbal drug and preparation of the antioxidant. Herbal drug preparation and for the antioxidant and antimicrobial product. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Yeah. Maximum 1 or 2 questions.
Mr. Tiwari.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Tiwari, I have a question. You are showing the FESM or the TEM image. So it shows a agglomerated feature. Okay. So no existence of particular nanoparticle of zinc oxide or TiO2 can be observed. So in that case, I think you will not get the 100% of efficiency because it is in an agglomerated form, or rather you can say it's tending towards bulk. Okay. So you are dealing with some bulk material. So you try to emphasize to get individual particles. Okay. And I wanted to know another point. In this antioxidant activity, so what is the individual role of oxide and TiO2? Since you are comparing only the composite itself of zinc oxide and TiO2, so their individual role cannot be understood from your results. So better you may consider their individual contribution.
Okay, sure, sir.
I have one question. That
Yes, sir.
for your synthesis, you started with zinc acetate for zinc oxide nanoparticle and TiO2 powder
Yes,
as
sir.
a initial product, material to find out
Yeah.
TiO2 nanoparticle. So here this fruit peel is basically using as a surfactant or some directing agent.
Yes,
So
sir.
your initial product and final product is almost same. So why are you saying it is a green synthesis? How it is a green synthesis?
Actually, in chemical synthesis, they have some toxic effect. To reduce the toxic effect, I have used the green synthesis. So fruit peel or leaf plants, as we know that in biology, they have mostly they are toxic free. So that's why we have tried to synthesize the nanoparticle via fruit peel.
So it is just a conversion from bulk to nano through this directing agent.
Yes, sir.
This fruit peel is just using as a directing agent. So it's okay then. It's okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
So what was the final size you obtained? I mean, what was the change in size of TiO2? Because you have already used TiO2 powder in the precursor, and you
Yes,
found
TiO2
TiO2
nanoparticles.
nanoparticles. What was the size
Yes.
change?
Size change. Earlier it was about to. Even I have not checked. Mostly we have seen one above 100. Here its size is reduced due to
Have you checked
reaction. So size is
through your
reduced.
data?
Yes. No, sir. In literature I have seen. Here I have done only this one.
Okay.
Yes, that is a good question by Orpon. That you should have a comparison.
Yes, sir. Exactly.
The initial
Thank
and
you, sir.
final. What is the change? So that is very important. Otherwise, your initial final product is same. So, what is the improvement? You need to show that.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think it's
Any
done.
other questions, sir?
Right?
No.
Sir, I have a question.
No.
No.
You are not judged. Okay.
Okay, sir.
You can contact with him personally. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Thank you, Ajay.
Thank
So
you.
our next participant is Kinjal B. Patel. Okay.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Kinjal Patel, working at CSIR CSMCRI, Central Salt and Marine Chemical Research Institute. Today, I am going to present my work on metal organic framework derived core shell nanoparticle as a high-performance bifunctional electrocatalyst for the hydrogen evaluation reaction and oxygen evaluation reaction. So here, our dependence on fossil fuels amount to global pyromania, and the only fire extinguisher we have at our disposal is a renewable energy source. So electrochemical water splitting is a renewable energy generation. Because the water is easily abundant in nature. So here we have used metal organic framework derived electrocatalyst for the generation of hydrogen and oxygen. Also, the Union Cabinet of India has approved the launched the National Green Hydrogen Production Mission with the objective of India as a global hub for the production, utilization, and exportation of the green hydrogen. So the 3D nickel MOF synthesis is already reported. After the calcination of the catalyst, the catalyst is thoroughly characterized using different analytical techniques, and the electrochemical characterization has been carried out using the nickel foam as a current collector with the loaded of three different calcination catalyst. So the powder XRD data suggests that the three sharp diffraction peaks, which is suggests the metallic nickel, while along with the one more broad peak is also observed at 26 degree, which is due to the graphitic carbon. The Raman spectra shows three different peak, which is suggests to D band, G band, and the 2D band. D band is associated with the defects and the disorder in graphitic carbon, while the G band is associated with the sp2 hybridized carbon-carbon stretching. So highest ID by Ig is ratio is obtained at the 800 degree material catalyst, which is also associated that the defects and highest number of defects and disorder in the graphitic carbons, and which is also responsible for the conductivity and the ion transport activities. The morphological features has been characterized using scanning electron microscopy and the transmission electron microscopy. As the calcination temperature is increased, the compactness of the structure is decreased and the increase the perforated morphology, which is observed in the 800-degree catalyst. The HR time results image shows that the percentage conversion of the organic moiety into graphitic carbon is observed in the 800 catalyst. The EDX mapping shows that the nickel nanoparticles along with all the heteroatom is well distribution throughout the carbon matrix. So the HR time image of the 800 catalyst shows that the spherical shaped nickel nanoparticles, as the resolution is increased, the wave-like morphology is also observed. So here the nickel center act as a metal core, while the graphitic layer is observed as the shell particles. So core shell morphology has been observed. So here it can the corrosion protection towards the electrochemical performance evaluation. SAD image shows that the metallic nickel facet, which is also correlate with the powder XRD data. The electrochemical performance is evaluation using linear sweep voltammetry. The parameter over potential shows that the material at the 800 degree shows that the lower over potential, which is also correlate with the benchmark catalyst, which is ruthenium oxide at high current density. The Tuffle kinetics, which is obtained from the Butler-Volmer equation, the material obtained at 800 degree catalyst shows the excellent electrocatalytic activity. For the durability and stability test, we have performed the cyclic voltammetry and the chronoamperometry experiment. The cyclic, the over potential before and after shows there is no significant change in the over potential parameter, while the chronoamperometry experiment shows that at the same over potential, the high current density has been observed, and after the 24 hours continuous operation, it retains the 80% of the catalyst on the current collector. The another parameter, which is charge transfer resistance, the smaller is the charge transfer resistance, faster is the reaction rate, and faster is the kinetics. So the 800 catalyst shows the smaller charge transfer resistance, which is correlated with the semicircle diameter. Another parameter, which is electrochemical active surface area, which is also correlated from the double layer capacitance value. And for the overall water splitting, we also use the hydrogen evolution reaction using linear sweep voltammetry. The catalyst obtained at 800 degrees Celsius shows the lower potential, which is the 366 millivolt, which is also a Tuffle parameter has been evaluation. For the overall electrochemical water splitting, we have also use the two electrode system where the bubble formation takes place at the anode and cathode. So here I would like to conclude the catalyst obtained at 800 degrees shows the better electrochemical activity towards the hydrogen evolution reaction and oxygen evolution reaction. So I would like to thank the CSIR and the analytical division for the providing this analytical techniques, and also I would like to thank my lab mates and my family members, also the organizing committee, which providing to present my poster. Thank you.
Okay. Hello, Kinjal. I have a question that.
Yes, sir.
Can you explain a little bit more about your synthesis process? Actually, it was not given properly. So this core cell structure.
That nickel MOF synthesis is already reported, which is the nickel nitrate as a precursor, and 1,4-Bix is used as a linker.
Okay. Now, what is your sulfur source?
So here the imidazole moiety is there.
Okay. And for water splitting experiment, what are the potential you have used or voltage? You have used two cells.
Theoretically, water splitting occurs at the 1.23 volt.
Right.
So after that, the over potential we have measured using the we are using actually here AgAgCl. So it also has some potential which is 0.197, and the pH is also affect in KOH. Right. So there is some 0.059 into pH, which is 13 we have measured. So
pH is 13. Okay.
Oh yes.
Okay. Okay. So thank you.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so any other question? So I think there is no question, so I'm quickly move to the next one. So the next presentation is by Nancy. I don't know what is her home name. Nancy Rao. Nancy Rao. is around? So I think she is not around. So Nancy? Anyone is seeing her? I think everybody is hungry. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we need to move this. So we need to conclude this session. So thank you all. Thank you all the participants. They presented very well. So I have no time. And also we don't have time because we have another session starting from next 15 minutes. I don't know when I will start. Everybody has to eat something. So yeah, so I conclude this session and thank you judges. So we'll back as soon as possible. I hope we'll back by 1:45. So yeah, you join the same link. Okay, thank you all. Let's go for lunch.
Thank you.
Thank you.